They ain't even know I was coming.
John Hill Jr. turned an online following into viral fame, recording stunts that have racked up millions of views on Instagram alone. Like this one, of Hill hopping the counter and taking a tray of donuts from Miami Gardens Dunkin' Donuts as workers watched. A stunt that sent him to jail.
I just want to be me, and I don't want to pretend like I'm something I'm not. Back then, I used to go out my way to do some stupid shit just to gain attention, and I was gaining all the wrong type of attention. Couldn't even be out in public at police. Cops fucking with me, people recording me, expecting me to do some stupid shit, and that's not even my character. If you was to come around me for the first time, you would be surprised. You would think something wrong with me. Comparing it to the content I was putting out, you would think something is wrong with me. And see, that's why calling me by my name, John, it gives me the joy that I get to be somebody and still be myself without having to put on the act. Calling me my nickname brings me back to a place where I was most depressed. I was in a dark place, you know. It may have been funny for the viewers, but for me it was really saddening, which it was something that was supposed to start out as fun, but I got carried away with a lot of things. But you live and you learn, and everything has got me right here to John Gabbana.
Now, Boonk, aka Boonk Gang, whole lot of gang shit, that man doesn't exist anymore. He is not a thing in 2019. The guy who did all those crazy publicity stunts, or whatever you want to call them, where he stole from people just to get your attention, he doesn't exist anymore. Do you remember that video I made almost a year and a half ago titled Boonk is dying in front of us? Till this day, it's still my most viewed video. It's sitting at almost 6 million views. Even though a lot of people appreciated that video and resonated with that message, there was also a lot of people who rejected my message, which is completely understandable. I was essentially, you know, quote unquote, protecting and standing up for a person who at one point in his life was a glorified thief and made a career out of that. As you can see from that video I just played in the beginning of this video, the character or persona Boonk doesn't really exist anymore. Nowadays he goes by the name of John Gabbana. He's not out here stealing on camera. He's not out here performing these crazy disrespectful stunts and bothering people for no reason. I'm sensing somewhat of a wake-up call. This is a person who on some parts of the internet was recognized as a funny, entertaining guy, and some people didn't mind his existence, and then on the other side, you know, some other people looked at him as a cancer. I've always condemned the actions of Boonk. The video I made on him was never to promote this kind of behavior. It was to show a little bit of sympathy to a person who went down an extremely dark path. At one point, Boonk was the funniest thing on social media, and the next moment he was passing out while doing an interview because he was so damn destroyed from the drugs to the kind of lifestyle he was living to the clout motivating him to take his actions to the next level as time kept passing. Not only that, but he was posting very concerning messages on his social medias during that time. Like he himself said, when all that was going down, he was the most depressed he's ever been in his entire life. That really does make sense. A person who acted that way genuinely couldn't be doing just fine mentally. I think that's obvious. By the way, I gotta add this in really quickly. To all the new people who are watching this video, I don't usually talk about these kinds of people on my channel. I'm only saying that because what Boonk was doing is more on the Instagram comedian side than anything. Yes, he does make music, he raps, but most people don't recognize him as one, and that's the only thing I talk about on this channel, hip-hop and rappers. For what it's worth, most people who supported Boonk in the beginning when his videos were going viral were hip-hop fans. He was being posted on academics and every single hip-hop outlet out there. Just wanted to add that in so new people don't get it twisted and expect me to cover Instagram comedians when that's not what this channel is for. Boonk was and is an exception because the things he was going through was definitely an important conversation that related back to the hip-hop culture. We don't do no false advertising over here, baby, so keep that in mind. But if you by chance want to hear some real and interesting conversations about hip-hop, then definitely subscribe. Continuing, going through the comments on this Instagram post he made though, people are showing a lot of support. You know, people are patting him on the back for actually changing, and I think that's the case because everyone sees a genuine change. John Gabbana was sick and tired of being sick and tired, so he cut the ties with the very thing that brought him to that bad place in his life. His actions will of course never be forgotten or forgiven by many, especially all the people who got a taste of that Boonk treatment in real life. The reason why I'm even talking about him in the first place is because he did all those things. But one thing's for sure, Boonk is dead, and from now on he goes by the name of John Gabbana. Hopefully this is where it all changes for him. Hopefully he stays on his path. I want to see everyone win, man, and that includes this guy right here. I want to hit on one last really powerful point regarding this entire thing about Boonk not existing anymore, and this really connects with hip-hop in 2019. See, the wave right now in hip-hop is to, and it's been like this for a while by the way, the wave is to catch people's attention, nothing more, nothing less. That's exactly what Boonk did. Now of course this was at the expense of other people, but listen to what I'm gonna say next. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, there's no real long-lasting benefit to clout chasing. This is exactly what John Gabbana is telling telling you, he was so messed up mentally to the point where he disregarded his real character and came up with this Boonk persona just for a little bit of attention. That attention and clout unfortunately came with a lot of consequences. I mean, the guy was literally dying in front of us. Luckily, he came to his senses, which by the way, in a circumstance like this, that doesn't happen most of the time. When you're in so deep, when you're globally recognized as a guy who does stupid shit, it's damn near impossible to change your ways because that's where your whole identity is built around. What exactly am I even trying to say here? What I'm trying to say is people just want to support real people. That's why John Gabbana, formerly known as Boonk, is starting to get real fans and not just a bunch of followers. There's a lot of clout chasing activities going on in hip hop right now, but best believe that's not something that's gonna last. You laugh at it and then you move on. You go on Lil Pump's Instagram, you laugh at what he's doing, you sign out of Instagram, and then you forget about him. I think John Gabbana did something here, and I just want to take the time to salute him for changing. This book we call life is an ongoing story, and just because you are a certain way right now doesn't mean that it's too late to change. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this entire conversation. What do you think about this? Boonk doesn't exist anymore. He's a whole new person. He went from a whole lot of gang shit to a whole lot of self-improvement. Give me your thoughts on this. Definitely let me know in the comment section below and let's have a discussion about this.